This lesson looks at internal lighting. It covers cockpit integral lighting, cockpit spot and flood lighting, dome and storm lighting, cabin signs, and emergency exit lighting. The cockpit is provided with integral lighting for the instrument panels. This lighting is controlled by 4 knobs, which adjust it from off to bright. Select each knob to brighten up the integral lighting. This knob controls the brightness of the captain and centre instrument panels. This knob controls the brightness of the first officer's instrument panel. This knob controls the brightness of the integral lighting on the glare shield. This knob controls the brightness of the pedestal and overhead instrument panels. The knobs can also be used to dim the lighting and turn it off. Let's now see where these controls are located. We will now view the locations of the integral lighting control instruments. The glare shield lighting control is in the centre of the glare shield. The first officer's instrument light knob is on the first officer's light panel on the right side of the first officer's seat. The captain and centre instrument light knob is on the captain and centre light panel on the left side of the captain's panel. The pedestal and overhead panel light knob is on the left side of the centre pedestal. For illumination of instrument panels, fluorescent tubes and incandescent spotlights are installed. Work surfaces and side consoles are illuminated by incandescent spotlights and floodlights. Let's look at the location of their controls. Click on Forward when you're ready to continue. The overhead panel reading light knob is in the middle of the overhead panel, next to the loudspeaker. The captain's and first officer's reading lights are on the ceiling of the cockpit above their seats. The first officer's light panel is on the right side of the first officer's panel. In addition to the first officer's instrument light, which we saw in the integral lighting topic, the first officer's light panel contains one of the map light knobs and one of the console floodlight knobs. The captain and centre light panel is located on the left side of the captain's panel. In addition to the captain and centre instrument light knob, which we saw in the integral lighting topic, it contains the main instrument panel floodlight together with a map light knob and a console floodlight knob. The chart holder lights are controlled by a knob located on the chart holder. Select a control to see which area it lights, or the forward arrow to continue. The main instrument panel floodlight knob controls the floodlighting for the main instrument panel. The captain's console floodlight switch controls the captain's console floodlight. This knob controls the overhead reading light above the pedestal. The first officer map light knob controls the first officer's map table lights, ensuring shadow-free writing surfaces. The first officer's console floodlight switch controls the first officer's console floodlight. The dome and storm lights are controlled from the cockpit light panel, which is at the front left side of the overhead panel. We'll look at the dome lights first. For general cockpit illumination, dimmable dome lights are installed. Switching the dome switch to dome position turns these lights on. Do it now. The dome lights are switched on from the dome control. They can be dimmed by moving the dim switch from bright to dim. The storm switch turns the floodlights to maximum intensity and overrides all adjustable settings of panel lights. This prevents the crew from being dazzled by lightning during storms. When the storm switch is off, the floodlights shine normally. The illuminated cabin signs consist of no smoking, exit, fasten your seat belts, and its equivalent in the lavatory, return to your seat. They are controlled from the cabin signs panel. The cabin signs panel is located on the left side of the overhead panel above the captain's seat. Select the seat belt switch to see what happens when it's switched on. The seat belt switch turns on the Fasten Your Seat Belts and Return to Your Seat signs. Moving the seat belt switch to the off position turns the signs off again. The No Smoking selector controls the No Smoking and Exit signs. When the No Smoking selector is switched to on, the No Smoking, Exit and Return to Your Seat signs come on and activates the low-tone gong. When the selector is switched to automatic, the No Smoking and Exit signs come on when the landing gear is extended and go out when the landing gear is retracted. Turning the No Smoking selector to off extinguishes the No Smoking and Exit signs. The emergency exit light panel is located on the overhead panel above the first officer. The emergency exit light selector controls the exit locator and marking signs and cabin ceiling and wall lights. The emergency exit light selector is locked in each position. You must pull it slightly if you want to move it. Power is supplied by the DC essential bus with backup from integral batteries. The integral batteries are topped off by the AC bus 1. With the selector in the on position, the ceiling lights and exit signs come on, powered by their batteries or the DC essential bus, and the disarm light is off. With the selector in arm position, the emergency lighting is normally off. The system is automatically activated in case of DC power supply failure. Select Disarm and observe the lights. With the selector in disarm position, the automatic switchover to battery power is deactivated and the disarm light comes on. Exit and ceiling lights automatically illuminate when No Smoking on, emergency push button depressed on purser's panel, cabin decompression.